Good morning, everybody. RV living with the geezer. It's Saturday morning, about 8 o'clock, and sun's coming up, and just the way it shines on these mountains just to the west of me, I think pretty nice scenery to look at in the mornings and drink your coffee. This is the I guess it would be the southern edge of the Davis Mountains. I've showed you all these before. That's looking up there. That's looking up towards Fort Davis. This is looking over west towards Marfa. I just wanted to show you what it looks like in the mornings. The sun's, of course, right directly behind me. There's the Twin Sisters. And then down south of town, we've got some sort of lower elevation mountains. Yeah, Saturday morning, we're fixing to go walking in the park. There's my buddy sniffing around. Yeah, I got back from that trip up to Boyd, and I know I told you all, I've got one more driving video I'm going to show you of another town before I got to San Angelo, but I told you I'd do something in San Angelo. Well, I didn't. Sort of a long story. I'll just give you a brief little breakdown here. I got to San Angelo, and it was real early in the afternoon. I thought, man, I ought to just keep on going, just get on home. Well, I went ahead and checked into that motel, and I stayed there about 5 years ago, and it was okay. Back then it was fine. This time, it turned into a dump. So we get in the room, and Blanca starts pacing from one side. The room wasn't very small, very big anyway. One side, from the front door to the bathroom, get in the shower. She'd turn around, come back, come up to me, panting. This went on for like an hour. And I was laying up on the bed. I had the TV on. Heck, it was like 2:30 in the afternoon, just watching something. And she kept doing this and doing it, and wouldn't settle down. And then I looked down and to my left, and there was a parade of cockroaches. They were strolling along there on the bed. And I thought, man, there are probably bed bugs here too. So she would not settle down. So I said, you know what? We're going home. So I threw my bag in the truck, reached in my pocket to get my keys, and my keys were gone. So I go out and said, well, I left them in the ignition. And nope, they weren't in the ignition. But there was some characters walking around out there, and so I got to thinking, I searched and searched everywhere, and I had a spare set of keys. And I said, well, I know I'm not going to stay here now, because these guys, somebody might have lifted my keys out of I left my truck open with the keys in it like a fool. And anyway, so I said, they could come back in the middle of the night and just take my truck. Well, I was sleeping. Maybe that's what they figured. Anyway, so we get on back, and we get back to Alpine, heck, by 8:30 that evening. It was fine. I'll never break the trip up into two parts again. It's just not that far, But it was no big deal. But we get back here. And so yesterday, I hadn't cleaned my truck out in a long time. Yep, cleaned my truck out, all the junk out of I had I guess I had flipped my keys over on the console, and they went into the back seat, the floorboard of the back seat. I found them. And I'm thinking, man, I was thinking bad about those guys, over there. But anyway, Blanca, something was going wrong anyway. So a dog's sixth sense is something else, I tell you. So just If you're ever in a predicament or don't feel right about something, just trust your gut feeling on, you know, big deal. So you flip off $60 for a motel room. Just I'd have laid there all night long with one eye open, you know, worried about checking on my truck every 5 minutes. So, you know, it's not worth it. Anyway, we're fixing to have a good Saturday, I hope. Fixing to go walking. You ready to go walking, baby? Huh? You want to go? You want to go to the park? Let's go to the park. Come on. Let's go to the park. Come on. Let's go. She knows that park word. But, yeah, this is looking back to the east now. The sun's over to my right a little bit. Right over here. The nice pine trees. So, anyway, show you these clouds up here. Pretty. It's a pretty day. Pretty day in far west Texas. Yeah. Really a long range views out here, let me tell you. Yeah, you can see for miles and miles. And the sky at night is unbelievable. It is so crystal clear. You see a million stars. Just beautiful. That's why they have the observatory here. But especially on nights the moon isn't out, a big full moon, it'll cut down on the amount of stars from the light shining from the moon. They have ordinances here in these towns about street lights and stuff. They have to use a special type with a cover on them that doesn't throw the light up into the air. So they're proud of their skies out here, I tell you, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't blame them one bit. I'll give you one more look over here, and then we're gonna say see you on the next one. Be talking at you later, guys. I'll go ahead and post that the last town I did. I'll post that here in a little bit. Talk at you later. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.